They looked like innocent family wagons, but under the hood lurked V8 monsters built to destroy sports cars. These are the rarest American muscle wagons you've never heard of. 5. 1972 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser 455. Coming in at number 5, we have the 1972 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser 455, a vehicle that redefined what a family car could be. When most people think of the Vista Cruiser, they remember those distinctive skylights running along the raised roof. It's the car that transported Eric Foreman and his friends in That '70s Show. But what most viewers didn't realize was that underneath that family-friendly exterior lurked a beast waiting to be unleashed. The 1972 model could be equipped with Oldsmobile's monstrous 455 cubic inch V8 engine. This wasn't just any power plant, it was rocket power. The Rocket 455 V8 generated between 250 and 270 horsepower and massive torque, enough to make this wagon move like it was late for soccer practice. What made the Vista Cruiser special wasn't just its power, though. Those iconic skylights weren't just for show. They created an open, airy feeling inside the cabin that was revolutionary for the time. The raised roof didn't just look cool, it provided extra headroom for passengers, making this wagon practical and comfortable for long trips. Oldsmobile didn't produce a huge number of these wagons with the 455 engine option, making them relatively rare finds today. If you come across one in good condition, you're looking at a true collector's item, a perfect blend of 70s nostalgia and muscle car excitement. Want to know what makes this wagon even more special? The Vista Cruiser 455 could be paired with the turbo hydromatic 3-speed automatic transmission, a combination that made this family hauler surprisingly quick off the line. Some owners have reported 0 to 60 times that would put many modern sedans to shame. But here's the real kicker. Despite its size and weight, this wagon could still hit a top speed of around 125 miles per hour. Not bad for something designed to haul groceries and kids, right? 4. 1973 Chevelle SS 454 wagon. In the early 70s, Chevrolet's Chevelle SS was already established as a muscle car icon. What many don't know is that Chevy offered this same performance package on their wagons, creating one of the rarest and most desirable muscle cars ever built. Under the hood of this family hauler sat the legendary 454 cubic inch turbojet V8, an engine that produced approximately 245 horsepower and a stump-pulling 400 pound-feet of torque. Remember, this was during the early emissions era when horsepower ratings were dropping across the board, making these numbers quite impressive for 1973. Here's where it gets really interesting. Chevrolet only built about 1,500 Chevelle wagons in 1973, and of those, just 71 came equipped with the SS454 package. Let that sink in. Only 71 examples of this muscle wagon ever rolled off the assembly line. That's fewer cars than some exotic Italian supercars. Even more incredible, some of these wagons came with a 4-speed manual transmission, complete with bucket seats and a center console. Imagine rowing through the gears in a station wagon while hauling your groceries home. Talk about a Jekyll and Hyde personality. Think about this for a second. In the early 70s, when fuel economy was becoming a concern, Chevrolet decided to build a station wagon with nearly the same powertrain as their most powerful muscle cars. That's automotive rebellion at its finest. 3. 1969 Pontiac GTO wagon. At number 3, we have what might be the ultimate muscle car fantasy, the 1969 Pontiac GTO wagon. The GTO is often credited with starting the muscle car craze in America, but did you know that Pontiac actually built a handful of GTO wagons? These weren't regular production models. They were special prototypes created for Pontiac executives who wanted muscle car performance with enough space for family duties. These GTO wagons were essentially converted Tempest or Le Mans wagons, but equipped with the same powertrains as their GTO coupe siblings. That meant you could potentially have a station wagon with the legendary Ram Air 4 engine, producing around 370 horsepower, enough to embarrass most dedicated sports cars of the era. What makes these wagons so fascinating is their sleeper status. While the regular GTO announced its performance intentions with hood scoops, special badging, and aggressive styling, the GTO wagon looked like any other family car from the outside. Only the rumble of that powerful V8 and the sudden acceleration would give away its true nature. Here's something that will blow your mind. The car in a famous GTO advertisement was actually a 1970 GTO pilot car built in May 1969. 8 prototypes were built for testing but were subsequently destroyed. Imagine how valuable one of these would be today if it had somehow survived. If you ever come across a genuine GTO wagon at a car show, you're looking at something truly special, a piece of automotive history that combines the best of muscle car performance with everyday practicality. It's the kind of car that would have every enthusiast doing a double take as it drove by. 2. 1970 Buick Estate Wagon 455. Coming in at number 2 is the epitome of luxury muscle, the 1970 Buick Estate Wagon with the 455 cubic inch V8. Buick wasn't typically associated with tire-smoking performance, but they certainly knew how to build powerful luxury vehicles. The 1970 Estate Wagon represented the perfect marriage of opulent comfort and raw muscle car power. Under the hood of this elegant land yacht sat Buick's massive 455 cubic inch V8 engine. This powerhouse generated an impressive 370 horsepower and a staggering 510 pound-feet of torque numbers that would be impressive even by today's standards. That's more torque than many modern sports cars produce. What makes the 1970 model special is that it was built on GM's B-body platform for only 1 year. After 1970, the Estate Wagon moved to the larger, heavier chassis shared with Cadillac, making the 1970 model uniquely nimble compared to its successors. Despite its size tipping the scales at nearly 4,900 pounds, the Estate Wagon 455 could achieve a top speed of approximately 125 miles per hour and accelerate from 0-60 in around 8.5 seconds. Not bad for a vehicle that could comfortably seat the entire family and their luggage. Buick produced approximately 20,000 estate wagons in 1970, but finding one today with the original 455 engine in good condition is increasingly difficult. The luxury features were just as impressive as the performance. The Estate Wagon came equipped with power windows, air conditioning, and a supple interior that rivaled luxury sedans of the era. It was, in many ways, the precursor to today's high-performance luxury SUVs, offering both comfort and speed in one impressive package. 1. 1969 AMC Rebel Wagon, the Machine. At the top of our list sits perhaps the most outrageous muscle wagon ever built, the 1969 AMC Rebel Wagon, the Machine. American Motors Corporation might not have had the resources of the Big Three, but what they lacked in size, they made up for in boldness. The Machine was AMC's answer to the muscle car wars, and they didn't just limit it to coupes, they built wagon versions too. Powering this family hauler was AMC's robust 390 cubic inch V8, producing an impressive 340 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. The Machine was factory rated at just 10.7 pounds per horsepower, an impressive power-to-weight ratio for the time. What really set the Machine apart was its bold styling. Some examples came adorned in a patriotic red, white, and blue color scheme with racing stripes, making it impossible to miss on the road. It wasn't trying to be subtle. This was a muscle car that happened to be a wagon, and it wore that identity proudly. AMC produced an innovative advertising campaign for the Machine in 1969, and the company wasn't shy about its performance credentials. When properly equipped with the optional service kit, these wagons could run the quarter mile in 12.7 seconds faster than many purpose-built muscle cars of the era. Performance was equally impressive right out of the box. Stock versions could run the quarter mile in around 14.4 seconds, but AMC also offered that service kit to boost power to nearly 400 horses. For context, that was faster than many purpose-built muscle cars of the era, including some 1970 Dodge Charger RT models with the 440 engine. The Rebel Machine wagon came equipped with a Borg-Warner T10 4-speed manual transmission with a Hurst shifter, heavy-duty suspension, and either 3.54 or 3.91 gearing in the twin-grip limited-slip differential. This wasn't just a wagon with a big engine, it was engineered from the ground up to perform. With fewer than 1,000 of these special wagons ever produced, finding one today is a true collector's dream. The combination of rarity, outlandish styling, and genuine muscle car performance makes the AMC Rebel Machine Wagon the ultimate expression of the muscle wagon concept. There you have it, 5 of the rarest and most powerful American muscle wagons ever built. These vehicles represent a unique chapter in automotive history, where practicality and performance weren't mutually exclusive concepts. From the skylight-topped Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser 455 to the patriotic AMC Rebel Machine, each of these wagons offered something special. the ability to haul the family during the week and smoke tires on the weekend. What makes these vehicles so fascinating isn't just their power or their rarity, it's the audacity of their very existence. In an era when muscle cars were defined by sleek coupes with limited practicality, these wagons dared to suggest that you could have your cake and eat it too. Today, the spiritual successors of these muscle wagons live on in high-performance SUVs and crossovers, but none capture the unique charm of a station wagon with a massive V8 under the hood. These five rare machines remind us of a time when American automakers weren't afraid to think outside the box, creating vehicles that defied expectations and delivered smiles per gallon alongside miles per gallon. So next time you see an old station wagon rumbling down the road, take a second look. It might just be one of these rare beasts in disguise, ready to surprise unsuspecting sports cars at the next stoplight. Which of these muscle wagons would you most want in your garage? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on rare and classic cars.